This is the Hardball Gets AFL show. My name is Nick Rinn, joined by Xavier Ellis and Ryan Daniels. It's the Mailbag Rhino.
Yes, let's get straight into it. This episode's brought to you by Woodside Energy, a proud major sponsor of the Fremantle Football Club, supporting local footy from grassroots to greatness. Let's get straight into it. Marco, in Saturday's West Australian newspaper article, Footy Rhino writes about West Coast recruitment of Brandon Starcevich. Agreed, perfect player West Coast need to target. However, at the end of the article, Rhino essentially says to avoid diluting the pick 2 compo for Allen, Eagles should trade pick 19 for Starcevich, and this would be considered simple, cunning, aggressive and confident. Good business. As he is out of contract, would it not be more cunning and aggressive to push him through to the preseason draft and snag him for free with pick 1 and keep your pick 19 in the national draft? Eagles need to keep as many first rounders as possible. The rules are there to exploit. Would this not be the way to go, or am I missing something? Thanks, lads.
Who was that?
Starcevich.
No, who's the...
Marco.
I love that Marco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's aggressive.
I'm up yours to everyone at the moment. Like, no nice guys, nothing.
I think they, in this scenario, just given all the moving pieces with Oscar and the compensation stuff, you don't want to go pissing off Brisbane. So there's an element of this, like if you went to Brisbane and said...
A bit of a back scratch each way.
Correct, because if you went to them and said, no, we're not giving you anything for Starcevich and we're going to do this, we're going to walk him to the draft so you don't get shit. You know what's going to happen? Brisbane's going to
Oscar's
change.
on a rookie wage.
Yeah,
Correct.
peel back.
We'll back-end Oscar's contract, about $8 million in the last year.
Well, not even that, because I think it's over the entirety of the contract. But
I think they emphasise the first few years.
There'd be a secret little
Correct.
year at the end for $6 million or something.
I know what you're saying, Marco, and in that, if that was used properly, the preseason draft.
Absolutely no doubt in the world that's what should happen to Liam Baker last year.
Well, on a side note, that would have happened with Neil Erasmus. Had West Coast been aggressive enough in their pursuit, I reckon that's what would have happened.
Yeah, well, that should
They
happen all the
wouldn't
time.
Huh?
Wouldn't trade for him.
No, I reckon it would have gone to the preseason. I reckon they would have got him for nothing. So,
Well, but that should have been Baker.
yeah, the problem with Baker was that Baker never wanted to piss off Richmond.
That's bad luck. He wanted to come back to Perth more than that.
We've talked about this going around in circles. Christian, hey guys, first time writing in. Surely once Merrett gets traded, that's it. Automatic bullet on Essendon for at least the next 12 months. Love the pod, but each time Essendon gets mentioned, I feel myself moving towards the mute button. Can't bear the pain anymore. I was 14 when they last won a final. It's getting pretty bad.
I think that's finally
I think this is good, yeah.
Like if they cut blokes like Hobbs, etc., finally they're going, right, how many clubs would be cutting it? How many years ago was Hobbs drafted?
5-ish.
4 or 5, pick 8, was he something like that? Or was just whatever it was?
Like 12 or 13 rounds.
No, he was top 10.
No, he wasn't, because he was
he?
the same draft as Chesser, and he was like the pick or 2 before, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, they're going to, I don't know if they are or not, but like, finally they're going to cut some fat on that.
Yeah.
If Sardis can't get a kick this year, see you later. Like, and then all of a sudden they've got young kids coming in.
They're going to go right back to the bottom, though.
Yeah.
They might finish last next year.
No, but at least you look at it go and I can see, like, West Coast haven't done it. Now they're slowly starting to do it.
So this is what's going to happen. They're going to go back and finish bottom 2 or 3.
We did it in Carlton, for Carlton yesterday in the draft.
Do it. And Tassie's ticking, so you got to do it now.
It's a bad time to be really bad.
Well, you got to be bad right now.
It's good time. Right now is good.
Yeah.
Now they're going to,
They're going to
Another
have to
2
hit,
years.
They're going to have to hit every one of those shots, every single one. Adrian, did the Lions v Suns game set the record for the commentators saying the phrase, "You just can't tackle him"?
But Cam Rayner.
No, Rail, I reckon it would be.
Oh,
I think it was
reckon
Cam
it
Rayner.
was
Cam
right.
Rayner broke Dusty's tackle bust in a final.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't have any volume on throughout the whole game.
Do you reckon Rayner goes heavy on what's the stuff they put on the slippery?
Oil.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon he's a heavy oil guy.
He's a Ben Cousins level
Cuzzy was
oiler.
like 10 out of 10 for the oil. I reckon Rayner's in that
He's
space.
an 8 or 9.
Nines. He's a 9.
Hawkins was an oiler. Selwood was an oiler.
Big oiler.
Yeah.
They used to oil, because Hawk used to walk to the full forward and his little minions would be rubbing his arms like as he was walking down there with oil.
Did you oil?
Nah.
Why not? What's the argument against oiling?
Well, when you're pale, you'd probably get torqued by the sun to start with.
3rd degree sunburn.
Someone's out there going, someone smell
you
roast pork?
You on fire?
So those boys, the slippery.
You gotta start 10.
Is it harder to tackle them?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
So then why wouldn't everyone do it?
I didn't get the balls.
Ross, I'm listening to you three banging on in the semi-finals preview around Zach Merrett and about how big clubs don't care about the other clubs. I've just watched the Hawks down the Crows, and as an Eagles supporter, hoping to minimise the impact of the poor decision to take their first-round pick over that of the Blues, I'm ropeable. furious. I hate Hawthorn more than anyone has ever hated Collingwood. And watching them beat the Crows was harder than any 100-point loss for the Eagles over the last 4 years. So let's get angry in the postseason. Continued. Zeke Hewland, linked to Gold Coast's Academy, is a top 2 pick. Daniel Annabels, thereabouts, 2 in draft calculations. And the sort of inside mid the Eagles need is linked to Brisbane. Why the bejesus are we not completely throwing the mouth guard and taking down everyone in our power?
Yeah.
The Queenslanders are collateral damage, but kissed on the bell and deservedly so collateral to the situation brought about by Sam Mitchell being the biggest dick in Australia since Matt Flynn's old man Errol. Eagles should bid 1 for Hewland. After that's matched, bid 1 for Animals. Make them pay through the nose. Everyone talks about someone like Richmond bidding on one of those guys at pick 3. There is about 820 points difference between picks 1 and 3. That's 740 points after the 10% discount that a club needs to find, which equates to about pick 20. Get nasty. Tell them it's happening unless they come to the table. Brandon Starcevich should be traded to the Eagles for a punctured Burley on the promise we won't bid pick 1 for Animals. The Gold Coast can send Alex Davies or someone over the basis the Eagles don't bid pick 1 for Hewland and or pick 2 for Patterson. Maybe even Matt Rowell and Noah Anderson given the unprecedented leverage. Don't give us the bullshit about player managers in the small industry and the whinge, Rhino. Get nasty. Get f***ing nasty.
You right in this
Written
week.
by Xavier Ellis.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's fired up.
Well, yeah,
No, I
they got a
agree
bid
with
on
all of
them.
it. Apart from the bit he hates
Rossi.
Hawthorn, that was a bit solid. That hurt the guts. But other than that, I agree wholeheartedly. Exactly what we just said about Starcevich.
Yeah, we're in
Look
for
at the
that.
4 clubs that are in the prelim. They're the clubs that are doing it better than anyone. Collingwood, Geelong, Brisbane, Hawthorn.
Yeah.
So Oscar Allen has already committed to Brisbane.
Yep. Draper.
Ridley's keen. Draper's keen.
Yeah.
Geelong gave
Fly-
Western Bulldogs an old pack of chips for Bailey Smith.
Fly McRae
Yeah.
is talking about going on a date with another opponent
Yes.
midway through the year.
Yep.
Mitch is using Oscar Allen's joint as a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Did that with Tom Barras last year. Might be
TB.
getting Zach Merrett
Yeah.
adding to the team. Geelong into the whole Rowan Marshall space as well. James Warple's probably going there.
Yeah.
It just keeps happening. The rich get richer. Billy, Bailey Smith and Chris Scott both getting away with abusing female media personnel in the same week as some sort of sick joke. Honestly, what are we doing? Thank you, Billy. I agree with you. Nick does not.
Nick did not.
Well,
Do you want to wind that
move
back?
along.
Do you want to wind it back now? You've had a night to sleep on it. That
Yeah, I've
maybe,
had a night-
do you
I
think
still-
that maybe you should have just joined me?
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm
that it
saying?
was
Like,
a-
you just,
yeah.
everybody's grown ups, okay? People are going to have bad days and swear at each other. You're going to get sworn. In your job as a journalist or photographer, people are going to hang shit on you.
Tried to give you the shovel there to go the other way, but you keep
Nah,
going.
I'll keep
nah.
digging. Sometimes it's rare that I'll get step
My-
my
my
ground on
opinion-
something.
It's a weird stance for you.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
my
don't know.
opinion's with you, Rhino, just to be
It's
clear.
a weird hill to die on. I think it's okay that Bailey Smith told her to
He needs to go and he needs to get a joint, he needs to smoke or something. You get turned into a
It's
sexist.
a really strange hill for Nick Wren to risk everything on. Do you know
was
what?
weird.
If I was him, I'd swear at more photographers.
Yeah.
No, that's what I think. It's just a one-off. Like, everybody just shake hands and move on. I was having a bad day.
A one-off. I don't think it is a one-off.
It's
though.
not a
Oh,
one.
maybe no, it's not a one.
Oh, tickety tank. Righto, lads. Long time listener, first time commentator and all that. Now, down to brass tacks. Rinny is 100% correct on the Mars bars, Tim Tams, and mint slices being best kept in the freezer.
Yes.
How about Big Pepsi and Brian Daniels? Get some culture about yourselves. Heathens. Great pod. Always good for a laugh. Keep it up.
And we found that audio
Chocolate
with
biscuits.
Brian too, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did find the audio.
Brian.
Far out. Anything else you like to keep in the fridge that should be kept in the cupboard? What
No,
about,
I don't
what
know.
about a plain block of chocolate? Is it all
Plain block
chocolate?
of chocolate in the fridge.
All chocolate.
No, but then chocolate biscuits in the freezer.
What about when I first started doing radio? Today Tonight was still a thing.
Yeah.
And work made me like a big opportunity to be on TV,
Today tonight.
Today Tonight, and the topic was, does sauce belong in the fridge or the pantry?
Did you do the story? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find that audio. We're gonna play that. We're gonna play that later.
I wasn't hosting it.
But you were a grab.
Yeah,
They got a grab.
yeah,
from you.
yeah.
What'd you go with? Oh, it's gonna be so good. You'll be
I
trying to
can't
be funny
remember.
or something.
Nah, there's just stupid shit everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
I
I'm
can't
gonna
remember.
find it. Remind me, Josh. Brian, not me. Hi, Giants. Hi, gents. Yeah. Long time listener and all that. After the Freo lost to Gold Coast, my boss, an Eagles fan, stated that Freo did what they do best, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. He then made what I thought was an outlandish statement that the Eagles would win another flag before Freo wins one. As a Freo supporter, I snapped and said, "You've got to be kidding me. The Eagles won one game all season. How can you think they're going to win a flag before Freo?" He stated that he was confident that would be the case and suggested he'd be willing to bet a carton of beer on it. I shrugged it off as he was just winding me up, but the more I thought about it, the more intrigued I've become. I keep asking myself, is this a bet that Big Pepsi would take? What do you think? Shall I take him up on the offer? My fear is that he's correct, otherwise I would immediately have jumped at the offer. Or is that just me being scarred by all the other times things haven't worked out for the Dockers? The state of the team suggests Freo is much closer to winning a flag than the Eagles, but it's Freo, you know? If I take the bet, what do you think Freo needs to do to make sure they can win a flag before the Eagles win another one? What positions do they need to upgrade? Any leadership/coaching changes? Thanks in advance. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Brian.
So I would say quickly that wins doesn't equate to being closer to a premiership. Like you're right off the Giants. Can you see this lot of Giants becoming premiership players?
I
Do
struggle.
you know what I mean? So they
I
won
struggle.
they won 16 games. So then would you say they're just as close as West Coast?
No, because I feel like if with the right pivoting and massaging, you could get that Giants list there.
Okay.
And it's the same I feel about Freo.
All right, well then would you say Carlton and West Coast? I'd say West Coast is just as close to a flag as Carlton.
I don't know about that.
Who's winning a flag at Carlton?
What do you think? If you're just
West
saying
Coast
they're
are
going
closer
to,
than
if you're
Carlton.
saying
Neither are winning
if
a
you're
flag
saying they're
in
just
10
going
years.
to keep doing what they're doing on the same trajectory, then I think you're probably right because Carlton's just going to go down.
Well, they're not going to win a flag in 10 years, and West Coast aren't going to win
But
a
what
flag
if you
in
had
10
someone
years.
really smart in there like Graham Wright who might pivot and go, all right, in 2 years we're going to bounce quick because I'm going to do this, and this.
Like what? But you got to have things to do this.
Well,
this,
you guys
this.
just did it all yesterday. You fixed it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
No, Fremantle are closer to a flag than West Coast.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Closer, but I'd say it's 60-40. There's no
Might be
guarantees.
20 years before either of them.
Correct.
So
That's
it
what
might
I
be
mean.
a very
That's
long
what
bet.
I mean. It's a long bet.
Jen, hey lads, I have to admit Nick is onto something with the frozen chocolate bickies, but he
Another
hasn't
one.
discovered
No.
the best one yet. Frozen Maltesers. They get all crispity crunchy. It's delicious.
No, I like the melt of the Maltese. I went to the movies and got Maltesers, but they were those flavoured ones, like not the OGs.
no,
so
no.
disappointing.
It's
Poor
flattening,
form.
isn't it? Mitch, does Newcomb's final series overtake Zave's 08 performance?
No, you got to do it in a flag.
You got to do it in a
flag,
grand final.
mate.
You got to do it on the big
Come on.
stage.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Come
on, please.
Cam, hey boys, the same Bombers fans saying Harley was barely worth a first and a second round pick when they were trading for him halfway through the year, and now saying Merrett is worth 3 first-round picks or at least pick 8 in a combo of first-round picks or emerging players of some value. We know Adrian Dodoro set an outrageous standard regarding the value of Bombers players in comparison to opposition players. Is there a world where the Hawks back out or cool interest, thus leaving Bombers fans to stare into the dark abyss of holding onto a bloke who's deeply bitter and resentful about having to rock up day one of the preseason next year? Thanks for another great year of the pod. They're in an awkward spot, Essendon, because if they do hold firm and say, sorry, Zach, you're playing for us next year.
We can't be captain regardless.
No, you can't.
No, you can't be captain.
It's going to be a miserable, miserable existence. And what, are you just waiting another year until
Who
trading
was the
him?
last player that said that they wanted to trade and then it didn't happen?
Well, Cam McCarthy
McCarthy.
sat out.
Yeah, I
for a
remember that.
year.
Yeah.
And that just didn't go well
Can
for
you
anyone.
think of anyone?
Who asked to be traded and then
Well, there
it
was
didn't
the
happen.
weird Petrarca stuff last year.
Yeah, you didn't really ask for much though.
Not
Like
publicly.
not like this.
Not like it was not far off.
No,
this.
but he was also 3/4 dying too. When he was
Yeah, well, he didn't have any organs left.
Like Merrett's fit and firing. Imagine me if Merrett goes to Hawthorn.
Oh,
Oh,
you'd
no,
be
you
unbit. We might have
couldn't
to
do it.
stop the pod. It might be it. The natural end.
That's what kills us.
If I was in the list management space, I would have had Merrett at Hawthorn 5 years ago.
That's true.
And I would have looked like a genius now.
Mick, Rhino, chances of Alex Pearce joining Tassie in 2 years. It's possible.
Well, how old would he be then?
Well, he'd have to go as their first captain.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'd be looking at because he's out of contract, I think, in 2 years, which lines up.
Lines up with him.
It lines up.
What year are they in?
Put it this way,
2028.
I reckon if Freo were to win a flag next
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
say, I reckon he'd be going, right, that's a huge thing I needed to achieve. How good would it be to be the first captain of Tassie, spend 2 years doing that and then hand over?
He has 2 years to go.
2 years, yeah. I don't think it's impossible. I haven't heard anything concrete saying it would happen, but obviously he'd be high on their list as leaders. You need someone to lead that group.
Yeah, he would be 32 at that.
Yeah. And he's had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, it's whether how he gets there.
He can't be too far from being done, I reckon. Actually,
Nah, me neither. Yeah. So I reckon if he goes, it'll be like a 2 year deal, first captain, and then big ambassador vibe.
Yeah.
You know? Stephen from Northern Ireland. Hi lads, as a man with a very strong Yugoslavian heritage and nearing 40, I've been watching the encroachment of hair on my back and upper arms with some alarm, and it got me wondering, why are there no current players with arms, chest and legs like a drowning sloth. My need for answers only grew after seeing an Insta post on the weekend of former AFL players tearing up regional leagues, and one Michael Hurley was definitely sporting more arm hair than when he was playing. Question is, how much time do players spend manscaping for live TV? And how long has this been going on? P.S. Are you lads now doing the same, that there's videos of your shows being uploaded?
Not quite.
How much manscaping is happening? It's a lot, right?
There's a lot of shaved legs.
Well, the legs get clipped, I would say, just for massage.
That's for massage, is
Yeah.
it? You can be massaged with hair, though.
No, but
it
it's better without ingrown hairs and shit like that. A bit. Look, I didn't see much hair on the cock either, to be honest.
And that doesn't show up. And there's no massaging happening there. Not at the club, at least. It's quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know about the arms. I don't think arms get done. I just think that's an age thing, spreading up your arms.
Well, that's just it. There's not a lot of
I would
players
say a
playing
lot.
to
I'd
40.
say a lot would have the chest clipped and maybe the legs clipped as well.
Yeah. I think so.
You look at what like Tom Atkins. I can imagine Tom Atkins' back and arms in a natural state are just covered.
Yeah.
I would say like John Newcombe I'd expect to be naturally quite hairy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He reminds me like a little wombat.
Hey,
sort of
just
guy.
quickly from Northern Ireland too. We have quite a few international listeners. We've been getting more and more DMs or mentions from
Really?
Scotland, from
We're big overseas.
States and all sorts of stuff.
Here we
yeah.
go.
I've heard that. Do you know they could do the map where they like, where are your
Yeah,
listeners?
yeah. There's always one in like Botswana or some shit.
Costas, g'day, bristle, green whistle, and touching the thistle. Oh, that's good.
So-
I'm bristle, Brian.
Yeah,
He's green whistle,
yeah.
and you're touching the thistle because of your public masturbation. Heard the rumour during the last couple of weeks that Freo and Lachie Neale are both indeed seeking a move for him to come back to finish his career out west, and thought this is the perfect Kit Kat for Brian Daniels to go with on Sunday after Brisbane's season ends. Would be the biggest Kit Kat outside of Harley's contract and a great chance for Brian to enhance his rep as the superior Daniels.
You don't go near Lachie Neale stories anymore.
No, you don't, do you?
I have asked the question, and it's not happening. It's not happening. That's not to say that there wasn't a conversation.
Not happening either way. West Coast.
I think
Fremantle have said no.
I think where all this came from is that at some point during the year, I think I said this to you the other day, West Coast would have had a long list of who should we look at to support our young group. And the names Paddy Cripps would have been on there, Lachie Neale would have been on there, a bunch of other players would have been on there. And that's probably where it came from. And a lot of those players would have got to the point where they had one phone call and would have been like, any danger? And that person would have said,
His wife's from Perth.
she's from Perth, and obviously
Yeah.
he spent a lot of time.
But like families here and stuff. She's always been not homesick, but a little bit, yeah.
I wouldn't be stunned if, like, how long does Lachie have left? 3 years? If that?
If that,
Body's
maybe
banged
4
up.
or
I wouldn't
5.
be stunned if in that last year or so he came back and played a year somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's a different...
No, you're not getting him for 1 year.
But it's also a different circumstance. I'm talking like when his contract ends in Brisbane in a couple of years, maybe there's a year you tack on and come back and move into coaching. I don't know what he wants to do. But I don't see it happening this time. Callum, gents, long time, first time, wanted to get a bit nuffy on the Tim Kelly trade. Okay.
No.
Probably been done before. But for the 2019 draft, the Eagles gave up picks 14, 24 and 37. For the 2020 draft, the Eagles gave up pick 18. With these eventual picks, the following players were selected, noting that they were knocked back due to father, son, and academy. Cooper Stevens, never fired a shot. Jeremy Sharp, second chance lotto at Fremantle, wasn't playing in the team this year. Nick Bryan, backup ruckman,
Thank you,
starting to show
Brian.
something.
He'll be
Yeah.
the one there. Yeah.
And Ryan Angwin. He's GWS.
GWS? Yeah.
If the Eagles did their usual strategy of picking the best available WA talent on the board with those picks, they would have got Mitch Georgiades, Jeremy Sharp, Chad Warner, and Nathan O'Driscoll. Does Zave want to finally admit that drafting WA talent is a good idea? Eagles split the pick that would have been Wardlaw for Hewitt and Ginbey. Hewitt alone has been as good as Wardlaw. Look at the stats. While Ginbey is head and shoulders above both. Taking the best WA talent isn't necessarily the worst thing, unless it means picking well below your station. The floor is yours, Mr. Ellis.
Firstly, Hewitt's not.
He's not Wardlaw level.
No, not anywhere near. And I think Wardlaw will go well past both of them. No, well, just look at the key forwards that have been drafted. Like, that's all. The Waffle system is nowhere near nowhere near as strong as the Coates League or whatever it's called now.
key
Not
forward-
even close.
The key forwards are a little bit off because they take a long time. You could argue that Hogan, Georgiades, and Norton are 3 of the best 10.
Yeah, I'm talking recent.
Yeah.
The Waffles, mate, the Waffle's done that.
It's about the kids being produced.
I don't disagree with you in that space. Yeah. Kyle, I don't want to say anything other
Sorry,
than
just quickly, talking about picks. Someone sent me something the other day. The pick that was used for Jordan Dawson,
yeah.
did that somehow spin around to become Weddle for Hawthorn?
Did it?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's hard to track them.
That's hard to track, but then you start, I think Weddle's going to be,
Yeah. So what did Sydney get out of it?
don't know, that's why I couldn't work out. I'm going to try and work that out.
Kyle, I don't want to say anything other than ask you guys to use your platform to comment on how appropriate or otherwise it is for the CEO to say this while wearing a Suns jumper. This is a picture of Andrew Dillon. The quote was from the 7th of September, 2025. And it is a picture of Andrew Dillon in a Gold Coast Suns red
So this is a new jumper. This is like a this year,
Guernsey.
but with the current logo, not like the old
Is
one.
that the new one?
Oh, yeah, that's the current one.
Okay. I think everyone in the AFL wants the Gold Coast Suns to do well. I certainly do. We've invested a huge amount of money in that region and need teams like the Suns to succeed to see a return on that investment. Last night was a great result for the game and sets up a mouth-watering clash with Brisbane this weekend for our Northern Australian markets.
I think it's nothing
Are you-
untruthful there.
I think the thoughts are coming from potentially a Fremantle
I
supporter.
would think so, yeah.
Who
So
thinks
this
that
was from
maybe
last
their
week.
team losing isn't great for the game. And I think that maybe they're saying not everyone wants the Gold Coast Suns to do well. Oh, do you know what? I was thinking about
The
this
AFL
yesterday.
do.
What was I doing? I was going for a run a couple of days ago. And I was thinking about how weird it is and how much time and money and energy and rule bending the AFL has done to make particularly Gold Coast and GWS work. And to a degree, Brisbane and Sydney. And how much manipulating of the system
Yeah.
is done because the idea is that we need those teams to be good.
Yeah.
Think about that.
They didn't ripped out Kohler of Sydney.
Yeah, I know, but
Sydney.
think about
Not after they beat us
just
in
think
grand
about
final.
the concept of a sporting league, which is
Yes.
supposed to be equal rights, equal platform.
Well, he never started there, this one. This one started it on a...
Is that just because everything's
Unbalanced.
just been a mess from the moment they expanded the league?
Yeah, this has always been...
It's a messed up thought process, though. There's
Yes.
not like imagine if the Premier League was like, you know what we need to do?
We need
We
Sunderland
can't have the
to be
same.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we need Sunderland. Let's give Sunderland like way more access to good players. They just get
Yeah.
in their case an extra whatever 300 million. Go and
Just
spend.
bring in a draft.
Do whatever you need to do. Like imagine if the NBA was like, far out, we really need Charlotte to be good. Let's just make sure Charlotte get access to.
Well, hang on. We're talking about draft lottery rigging. Is this, you know, you
I
can
don't know,
argue
man.
We need New Orleans to go
I
all right.
understand why the AFL wants those areas to be good, but the whole idea of
But then you could
nudging them in favour with all these things.
you could argue with the Premier League that it needs more of that. Because it's
Yeah,
like the
that's what I'm
same
saying,
2-3
same.
sides win every year.
Just quick, so I found the text. The pick that Dawson was traded ended up being Weddle, and in that draft, Chera was Jaya Miss. I'm not sure that's right. Anyway,
That is right. So Chera and Amos was
yeah,
right. Yeah.
but I don't know about the Weddle and Dawson bit.
Candice, why has Rhino been sacked from the Sunday Rub? Been a few weeks since he's been on.
Oh,
Is he?
Hang on, I haven't followed this.
No, I haven't been sacked. So there was a couple of weeks there where I couldn't do it. One, I was doing the City of Surf with the kids and I was part of it.
Yeah.
I was an ambassador. I had to do it for work. So I couldn't do Sunday Rub.
Did you do that? What distance?
We just did the 4. We did the kids.
Yeah, okay.
They did well though. And then the other week was, I think it was the Auskick
Wind up.
last one. I'm the coach. Like I couldn't.
Gala.
So there was a gala day. It was a bit of that. So and then for finals, we are doing the rub still, but it's gone from is it normally 2 hours? I don't even know to an hour.
Right. They
So
don't
the
need you.
budget goes smaller. There's less voices required, and I'm quite happy to sit it out
And you're done?
for the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, done for the year. Yeah. So we'll see where it
For the
goes.
year.
But I
See
haven't,
where it lands.
I haven't
the
been
year.
sacked. It was
So a couple of things. Still can't believe you got that message went around where there was calls for you to get given the ass for Cleary. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then also, what about the Kane Corn stuff? Trying to get over to Triple M.
Is that true? Or is it just
Well, isn't
Chad
it-
Cords is coming?
No,
is this
no.
like some sort of
No,
promotional thing?
because
Listener want
they
Fireball.
went with it hard, Barrett, saying that Kane's interested.
Right.
And then Billy, by accident on the Saturday Rub, was like, yeah, Hutchie's well aware of that. And then they were like, I don't think Hutchie, I think that might have been private, Bill.
That's right. I heard that. He accidentally
Yeah.
sealed the biggest story. That would be pretty significant, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Kane Corn's going to Triple M because he's
But
big for SEN.
I can't imagine. No, I can't imagine. I'm not sure what show he'd do.
I thought they wanted Fireball.
Nah, he'd have to have his own show.
Or would it
Yeah, I thought they wanted
be-
Fireball.
It'd
Take
be a
both of
listener
them.
podcast, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
So listeners, our platform where all the podcasts and stuff are on. So would it be
Yeah.
a podcast show?
Yeah, I think so.
You could throw him amongst the pigeons on one of the rubs.
Yeah, but I don't. No, sorry. Yeah, but that's only a 1 day
Yeah,
week show.
We could do part of the call, maybe.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. But I'm
find
thinking,
a role.
I'm thinking brekkie shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe that's part of the sell. You don't have to do brekkie anymore. Like, we'll just do the
I
rub
think he wants
as
to
a pod.
I think he wants to do brekkie.
Okay.
I don't know. I got no idea.
All right, watch
Nationally
this space.
syndicated.
It's a strange setup though. 2 days, bookending the week.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? Mm.
Anyway,
Okay.
Good show.
It's a fight. We're
We're ballers.
ballers.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not even joking. I've never listened to it.
Oh, it's good. You got to pick it up. You never listen to Fireball.
I've heard it's good. I have heard it's
Yeah.
good. Is that what the
I- I-
601 thing is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what's on that
So
club.
it's like, we'll talk about it straight out of the gates.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I catch them on a Monday and a Friday. Not so much Monday now the NFL's on. I'll listen to that, watch that.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of catch a little bit of it. It's good.
Alex, hey lads, a question for Ryan, I would suspect. Freo have 8 list spots available now. There surely is no way we draft 8 players. They have to be on the recruitment train, surely. Any rumours and potentials from you, like Motlop, Ed Allen, etc., even if they are just depth pickups? Keen to hear all the rumour you have to share. I would say they'd be in the market for a depth ruckman. I don't have any specific names for you. I would say they're right up to their ears in the Judd McVie thing. He needs to decide what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And now Melbourne have a coach. It makes it a bit easier to make decisions. There's 2. I don't know if they would look at maybe switching some of the players that are on their rookie list to the senior list and then drafting,
Rookies.
or Cat Bs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're doing a ton, put it that way. I don't think there's like a lot of stuff happening.
Talk about list spots really quickly. The Amos final. Did you hear who's in the A-grade Amos? Where's Zach Clark playing footy at the moment? North Beach.
Oh, is he? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think there might be Lee
Kitchen.
Kitchen is there too.
I thought that was Scarborough. Lee Kitchen was a lot of the Subi boys went to
Is it?
Scarborough.
I heard there was like a points issue. Someone said that
Oh,
they
really?
didn't play on the weekend because of the points or something.
Couldn't matter. Yeah,
I
it
might be
needs to be a
talking out
certain
my
amount.
ass, but then we started talking about Kitchen's a star, Clark's obviously a star or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would they not just play with 20 men? We're going to
Yeah.
play one short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't have 3 on the bench. You get more.
Why
Your
not?
team would be better with 2 on the bench and Kitchen than 3 on the bench and not Kitchen.
Jeez.
But I might be talking right out my ass. I'm not sure whether that's the
Well,
case.
Snezzer was down to 1 on
This
the bench
feels like-
on the
this
weekend
feels like
against an
something-
undefeated team, by the way.
You should go on Nick's other podcast and talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about the waffle point system.
Rizzo, Ryan has been swearing way more lately to impress Zave. As if- Amon, I regularly listen to your team's podcast a couple of days late, so often your multis have already resulted. Each week I listen to the Hardball Get segment on 0.5 playback speed, so I have time to follow the stat lines live on the AFL app. At 1.0 speed, you sound like football pundits. But at 0.5 speed, your woeful run of multi starts to make more sense. Rhino sounds like he never made it out of his parents' house in Thornley. Rinny sounds like he's just hotboxed in his Holden Commodore in the Snezzer car park. And X sounds like he's polished off all of his weekend's cartons before each podcast. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
We listen to it on slow-mo.
Well, it just makes sense because sometimes I listen for quaddie numbers on a Saturday from like a racing show or something. I can never get them down quick enough.
Oh, there you go. Slow.
So if I go to 0.5, I'll get them. That's clever.
Nathan, g'day, gents. Hope you're well. Seeking some life advice. All right, Rosillo. My wife and I moved from Melbourne to the Surf Coast a few years ago and have now settled and called Geelong home, just down the road from GMHBA Stadium. We have since started a family and will soon have that all-important chat. What team would you like to barrack for? I've been an Essendon supporter my whole life.
Well, that's the easiest
Can't do it,
decision
yeah.
ever.
But between all the sagas and how the club has been run, and the club always 5 years from being 5 years away, and given Geelong is the opposite, what should I do?
Just let them go for Geelong.
I
Jesus,
think
mate.
just let it happen. It's
Also,
going to happen.
you just
anyway.
got to like.
And then you might enjoy some football too. On
Yeah,
and you don't get
can,
into it.
You can get it. You like them because my son's like
Plus,
them.
you don't want your
Kids
kid
and
to be
daughters.
going to school and be the only Essendon supporter in a school full
Geelong.
of Cats supporters. That's going to be a brutal
Well,
That's
existence.
Ted goes to school as a Giant. But I'm telling you, the West Coast performances the last 5 or 6 years has impacted kids'
Yeah, no
interest.
Absolutely.
They play soccer and stuff at school. There's not a lot of footy going on.
But yeah, the benefits of going for someone where you live, you get to go to the games.
I think, Nathan, it's pretty clear.
Yeah, you're done, Nathan.
I mean, should he keep being a...
Yeah, he stays. He stays because then the kids can rub it in on you and you,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
oh,
there's a
dad's
bit
a
of that.
loser.
Plus,
But you
they have
still-
to know that Dad's steadfast and
Yeah.
he has to know
He's
how
gonna
to
stand
be
loyal.
by you.
Loyal.
But he'll take you to the Cats games.
Yeah. And probably enjoy them more than
Yes.
It'll start to happen. Cal, does the Snezza Grand Final win on the weekend rate as the best win Rinnie's ever seen?
Oh, that's right up there.
Was it really?
Didn't know what to do when we were up and like comfortably going to win a premiership.
No, but
Never
I
experienced
all right,
that.
you put up a video and I was waiting for you to run on the ground and you didn't run on the ground.
I thought we'd all come out with more pace, and then the first few, I think it was a
Rinnie was
squeezy
lined up
gate.
at Rinnie
It was a
lined up at the
squeezy gate,
to
and it
charge.
just slowed everybody, and I think no one ever then picked up the pace.
He did not charge.
All right, I've got a few conspiracy theories here. Let's go. The first one is from Nathan.
Morning, Nath.
Is there a possibility that Zach Merrett is the key to Essendon's sustained mediocrity? From an outsider's perspective, Essendon have been completely Zach-centric for the better part of a decade. Coaches sacked on his demand, generous contracts to his buddies and pay rises while he was still under contract. Since Big Pepsi's mate Matty has taken control on the list, the Bombers seem to be sticking fat with contract offers to subpar footballers, a quality I believe Dodoro lacked. Some examples include Nick Hind, Jake Stringer, Jayden Laverde, Sam Draper. Interestingly enough, all friends of Zach Merrett's and the loosest blokes at the club. Could these departures have been the last straw to sook it up and seek a trade to Hawthorn? I understand the rest of the list is a hot mess, but I don't remember any other club being as revolved around one player as this. Love your work, boys. Appreciate the effort to pump out 3 shows a week.
Really quickly too, what about as soon as Zach comes out and they say, he might not go to the best and fairest and he's the shittest captain we've had, like all over social media. Like he's never been a leader, that guy. He just gets absolutely buried straight away. I love that by supporters.
I think what Nathan is saying here is he's saying that
Merrett's
Essendon have set this up by getting rid of all of Zach's mates so that he demands a trade because
I
Rosa
tried to squeeze him.
wants to clear the list out. Was that what he's saying?
I thought maybe that's one way to look. I thought maybe he
was saying that Merrett was just the problem.
Yeah.
But I think that's what he's saying. That Essendon have identified it under Rosa.
So what about Matty Rosa though? This will be his first draft. He set up last year's draft. He's going to end up with pick 4, 5, 6.
Heaps.
And then that's
couple extra for next
without
year.
Merrett.
He's going to have a big day. I reckon he needs to forward some of these picks into next year's draft. Don't put all your eggs in this basket. It's not a good basket. It's got holes in it.
Yeah, but I think maybe they got the pick last year because of the hole in the draft.
Just push it forward.
No, but people are going to cop that. I think that's why they got it so high.
Okay. All right. Hit the music. This actually came to me from multiple people, and it involves our man Xavier Ellis.
Yeah.
I was watching the footy the other day. I like to watch the VFL, as you know.
Oh, you should tune in. Yeah,
Big
of course.
VFL fan. And I was particularly interested
7
in
plus.
Box Hill
Yeah.
and Luke Bruce pushing his way to try to get back into teams and maybe playing a prelim final, maybe a grand final. Now, unfortunately, as we know, he's done his ACL.
And
Brilliant
MCL.
career. And MCL. Brilliant career, Luke Bruce.
Yes.
However, I don't know if you've seen the vision from the game and when Luke Bruce went down, Nicholas Rin. And we'll share this on our socials for
Also,
people who haven't seen it.
I'm glad Brewsty just came out and said, I didn't end the way I wanted, whatever.
Of course.
Like, you've had a good run.
Now, I got sent this picture by probably 15 people across the weekend.
That's a few less than the 15,000 you said this morning on air.
There's a man standing behind Luke Bruce, hands on hips, who looks strikingly like one Xavier Ellis, only younger and skinnier. Have a look at this.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Leave the skinnier part.
Yeah,
You've seen the picture.
I've seen it.
This is young Xavier Ellis cloned. Now,
Time travel situation, we think?
someone suggested to me the conspiracy loaded into this. This kid looks about 17 years old. I would suggest. Now, what happened 17 years ago? 2008. Hawthorn won a premiership. And our man starred in that premiership. Should have won an Orm Smith, as he'll tell you if you
No,
listen.
I've never said that.
Now, did Xavier go out and have a big bender? And did something accidentally slip through the cracks? Did Xavier have an
The nightclub
illegitimate child
specialist.
17 years ago? Now, the conspiracy is that this young man, years of trying to track down his father, has finally figured out where his heritage lays. Goes to the Hawthorn Football Club and says, I need reparations. So they say, here's a job as the runner for Box Hill. That is Xavier Ellis's
That is a
illegitimate
young
child. He
Xavier
now
Ellis.
runs
You
for
saw it.
Box Hill. Is it true? He's so much like you.
Is it true?
That is you.
So let's go back to
Either
the
that or you've
night-
invented time
Grand
travel.
final night 2008.
Another one.
No, I can safely say I had a partner at the time, and I was.
Is it this guy's mum?
See, this
Yeah.
is,
Look at that.
I thought
Yeah, no, I see it.
I thought Hawthorn might have introduced some kind of breeding program,
with
and
Tom- with
the ones
Tom
who were
Green.
no good just
Yeah.
come and just work for the club.
Yeah, no, Tom Green's
Yeah, Tom
brother,
Green
that one.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
They somehow lost track of Tom.
Okay, last one. Also involves our man Zave. This is from Lion Roar. The conspiracy here is that Xavier Ellis, through his support of small businesses, is now starting to support the Brisbane Lions in the same way. This theory is that Brisbane have come to Xavier as an influencer, as a non-Queenslander with Victorian ties and West Australian ties,
Yes.
to spruik the Brisbane Lions. Hence, them using his pump-ups in multiple Instagram videos. Are you being paid by the Brisbane Lions to spruik their potential chances of winning finals?
Absolutely not, but I do find it funny that I'm their pump up guy.
Have we seen anything from yesterday yet? Because you know you went big.
Oh yeah, you get.
I wonder if they're going to use it.
They
If they
seem
use
rolling
that,
around the
Oh.
games.
if they use that one, I reckon we're
It's
on.
cash.
There's
Cash
something
involved.
going on. Think about Hodges there, Birch is there.
Yeah, they've got
There's
a lot of ties.
Fags, Chris Fagan's
It's a
there.
very Hawthorn.
So Nick Brown
tied
is
club.
their media manager.
Oh, funny you know that.
Just off the top
Well, I
of your
just
head.
quickly Googled media manager. Brisbane.
Yeah, he just looked in your DMs.
That's fair to say I wouldn't have thought.
Okay, we'll
But I'd
see.
tell you what, backs to the wall.
Yeah, they bloody come.
No one gave us a hope. 95,000 Collingwood supporters at the MCG. Book your tickets to the grand final, baby.
Oh god.
This episode's brought to you by Woodside Energy, a proud major sponsor of the Fremantle Football Club, supporting local footy from grassroots to greatness.
Thank you very much for sending your submissions. If you want to put in a question for next week at Hardball Gets AFL on Instagram. Catch you then.